It's with you. I have no idea why. So, but maybe. So I came across this. So I had kind of a bad July, as many of you know, but August is going to look better for me. But I came across this saying today. It has nothing to do with Tai Chi, but I came across this saying, and maybe this will touch you as it touched me. So, and again, I know we have a lot of different religions, so we have many different gods. So just go with me on this. I'm Christian. So, God, I am so sorry for the way I complain about my circumstances. Please forgive me when my bad attitude, please forgive me for my bad attitude when things don't go my way. I know you have a beautiful plan for my life and have already showered me with more blessings than I can count. Amen. Isn't that a nice one? So, because yeah, with my July, the way it went. Sometimes you sometimes focus on the bad things, but let those go. Focus on the good things. We're really blessed people, so um, so enjoy those blessings, right? All right. So let's stand if you're able to. Um, let's do some Tai Chi. That door's closed. That door's open. We'll close that door, and we'll get started. Not no. We're gonna lock the door. We got one more coming in, so um, let's go ahead and get started. So, right hand, fist, representing power. Left hand, fingers together, representing friendship. Tucking in the thumb, representing humility. Fist into the palm. Welcome. It's good to see everyone. Traditional Chinese greeting, even done to this day. If you're watching closely at the Chinese Olympics, especially the women figure skaters would bow to the judges before they did their routine. Right there, Jay. Got your name on it right there. All right, so we're going to start out with our deep breathing. Standing in the Wuji position, feet shoulder, hip distance apart. Nice, gentle bend in the knees, tucking in the tailbone. Head is lifted by the silk thread. Good straight body posture in this direction. Also, good straight body posture in this direction. We're going to deep breathe from the belly. Inhale the hands up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Jagan? Right over here. Probably stand right here. Actually, we're going to move that back just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Thanks. Inhale the hands up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. It is not going well. Putting the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. No, actually, well, time out. 1 second. Just relax. Here, let's do this. Once or twice. Do you need a second chair to the other side of you? Yes, we're going to give you one.
Hello, everyone. Good to see all these happy smiles.
There you go. I even arrange furniture when I'm not doing Tai Chi. All right. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Up on the hands, push down on the feet. Inhale. And exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Stand between the chairs. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale to the heart and exhale, relax the hands down. Beautiful. Pause for just 1 second. I recommend that you take your jacket off of that chair, maybe put it on the chair behind you. You just don't want it to slide off of that chair if you're trying to grab onto the chair. Well, you usually do every day. And that's okay. Thank you. Just want to make sure you're safe. So, no problem. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big stop. Do you mind tapping on that window behind you? Or I can get it. Yeah, if you can do that. And I'm going to give him your chair right now. All right? And she can get you another one. Here, let's have you over here. Have you? No, that's all right. You have a seat there. No, just keep that chair there. Have a seat there, and we'll get you another couple chairs to the other side. Just give us just a minute. Actually, here, we'll do this. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just want to make sure you have two chairs. Borrow this chair. Sure. Well, if you don't mind. You stand right there. We'll put your walker. I told you I rearranged furniture. All right. Thank you. She just needs one chair. He's borrowing some chairs from them. Thank you. Yeah, I think so. Well, how many more people are going to come in?
I'll wait outside.
Where were we? Arms to the side. Next. Inhale to the heart. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Fingertips up. Push out on the palms. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next exercise, we're going to give a big hug so you're not running into your walker. That might be better. All right. Giving a big hug. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, bringing the hands together. Keep exhaling, floating the arms down. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Nice. Good posture. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Make sure you're standing up nice and straight and tall. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Inhale to the heart. Right up, left down. Exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Inhale. And exhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. I know it feels so good. You just want to keep doing it, right? So the Chinese have something they call intent. And it has to do with where you are looking. And that's why we want to keep looking straight ahead. because we want to stay upright, right? So we don't want to look down or we don't want to look to one side or the other. Keep looking straight ahead. It will help you with your posture. It will help you with your balance, all right? And the way I like to best explain it is, imagine you're driving down the highway and you see a billboard for Merrimack Caverns. You're like, oh, Merrimack Caverns, I used to go there when I was a kid. And you're kind of looking at the billboard and you look up and you're over on the shoulder of the road. The body follows where the eyes are going. So we want to keep looking straight ahead. Okay. All right. Fly like a bird. All right. So big, deep belly breath in. I tried. Exhale, relax the hands down. All right. I actually tried. It just didn't work. Here, we'll do this. We'll pull it out there. Sorry about that. Some days I do better furniture arranging than others. Inhale, big, deep belly breath in. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Awesome. Gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, bringing the hands right down the center line. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Make sure you're looking straight ahead. And there you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. Everybody good so far? All right. My music started doing this yesterday. I think it was because I did an update on my phone. It now pauses every time I get a text. Yeah. And I get lots of text. And I'm probably going to get a ton today. So, all right. What was it? Oh, furniture arranging. Yeah, my wife says, no, I'm not so good at furniture arranging. So, other than if she tells me where to put it, then I can move it. So, just a thought. All right. Warm up exercises. When you feel your weight start to go back on your heels, try and bend those knees, sink down. That will help. Okay. Sometimes you start to feel your weight kind of going back and you feel that weight on your heels, bend those knees. Kind of helps center yourself. Okay. All right. Chin tuck next. Inhale, hands up. Tucking in the chin, keep looking straight ahead. Feel that stretch on the back of the neck. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us, shoulder height. Tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead, nice and slow. Feel that stretch on the back of the neck. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and we sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us. Tucking in the chin, keeping the chin level. Don't look down, look straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and we sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. One hint I'll give you on that exercise as you're looking straight ahead, make sure you're keeping the chin level. Don't do, I call it the bifocal look, where you kind of dip the chin and look over the top of your glasses. So try and keep that chin level as you're tucking in the chin. It'll stretch more of the muscles in the back of your neck. Okay? All right. See, that's why I missed you. Yeah. You weren't here yesterday, and it was a tough crowd yesterday. So I needed you yesterday. All right, next neck exercise. I'll be mirroring you, starting on the prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Left hand's on top. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. Pause for just a second. Couple hints on this exercise. Number one, when we turn, try and keep your shoulders square to the front. So I'm doing this and this. I'm not doing this, all right? Because we're trying to work on those neck muscles, all right? It will help you if you keep your hand below the level of your shoulder. So you're not doing this because that brings stress to your shoulder. You don't need it. There's enough stress out there, right? So keep that hand below the level of the shoulder. And the other thing, a good exercise for the brain, as you're looking at one hand with the other hand, push down like you're trying to tell a dog to stay down. So you're looking at one hand, pushing down on the other. That's working the brain really well when you do that. Okay? Final thing, never, ever force the neck. All right? Nice and gentle. Okay? Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down right, not moving the shoulders, just turning the neck. And we come back to center, also not shifting weight. Tai Chi ball, left hand's on top. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. Look right, push down left. And we come back to center. Right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder. Look right, push down left. And we come back to center. Let's do that one more time because we're having so much fun. Right hand's on top. Didn't hear anybody say yes. Looking over the left shoulder, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand's on top. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And then we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Forward shoulder circles next. Shoulders back, and then up, then forward without leaning forward, and down. Keep looking straight ahead. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward, then up, then back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Try and keep the hands down at your sides if you can. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. All right. Everybody having fun? Awesome. So we're going to gather chi just like we did with breathing, but now we're going to work on the shoulder. We're also going to work on opening and expanding the body. So this is probably a really good exercise for everybody with Parkinson's, because Parkinson's kind of tightens your body up, right? And so we're opening and relaxing that body, all right? The Chinese call it reaching for infinity. Imagine if someone was kind of gently pulling your wrist so your hands aren't just out here, but you're kind of reaching out and you feel a stretch in your elbow and in your shoulder. And as you get better at it, you start feeling a stretch in your chest and in your back, and you feel the body start to open. Okay? Everybody goes, yes, that's awesome. Gently reaching out, reaching up. It's okay to smile. And relax the hands down. Gently reaching out, reaching up, nice and slow. And relax the hands down. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up. Feel the body open and expand, and then gently float the hands right down the center line. Beautiful. All right. That exercise opens up our body horizontally. Next exercise, opening up our body vertically. So imagine a silk thread is tied to the top of your head, and someone is gently lifting that silk thread, opening up the spinal cord, expanding the body vertically, horizontally, vertically. All right? Prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, gently float the head towards the ceiling, looking straight ahead. And then we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. One more time. Left up, right down, stretching the spine. Keep that upper body straight. Back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. Carrying the ball side to side. Not moving the hips, turning the upper body. So when we turn the upper body, make sure you keep the body straight. So I'm not leaning to the left, leaning to the right. I'm not weight shifting to one side or the other. But I keep the upper body nice and straight, and I turn to the left, and then I turn to the right. I'm not forcing anything, okay? Prayer hand position. Make sure you're standing up nice and straight and tall. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, gently turning to the left. Try to not turn the hips, just the upper body. You turn the ball over, right hand's on top. Try to not move the hips and turn the upper body gently to the right. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over, left hand's on top. Gently turn to the left. Try to not turn the hips, just the upper body. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Try to not move the hips, just the upper body. Hard to do. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn to the right. And then we turn the ball over, we come back to center, relax the hands down. Awesome. So one of my students asked me yesterday, what's the martial art application for that? Because almost every move has a martial art application. So what the heck is a martial art application for that one? That one is really good, especially for women. If someone attacks you from behind, this is a really good way to defend yourself. Now, you would engage your hips at that point because you'd want to hit them pretty hard. But if somebody attacks you from behind, you use your elbow. You strike them behind you, all right? Because they're coming up behind you, and all of a sudden your elbow is in their face, or a lot of times they're taller than you are. So their groin is a little easier to reach also. So drive your elbow into their groin, into their neck, into their face, all right? In Tai Chi, in the martial art world, your hands and your feet are to keep someone away, right? You use punches, you use kicks to keep someone away from you. If they get in closer, then you use your elbows and your knees, two of the hardest points of your body. You use an elbow strike, a knee strike. And then when they get really close, you use a shoulder strike. And I can't do it as well. There's a guy named Dr. Yang Jwin Ming that he uses his sternum as like a hinge. And I've seen him do a shoulder strike. It's amazing. So like if somebody's right next to you, use your shoulder to hit them. But it takes, like your sternum has to be kind of like a hinge. It's really amazing. The power he can get off of his shoulder is really, really amazing. So anyway, what's that? No, I have a sleeve that I wear out in the sunlight, but it's starting to look better. It didn't look that way 2 weeks ago, trust me. It's part of my fun of July. But no, it's doing a lot better. Thank you for asking. Appreciate that. All right, so let's do a leg strengthening exercise, and then we'll have a seat and do some seated exercises, all right? So use your chairs. I want everyone to stay safe, all right? Keep the knee bent, keep the body straight, all right? So I'm gonna weight shift to the left, bend in the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Keep that upper body straight, all your weight's on your left. Tap the right toe to the front, empty. Keep all your weight left. And cat stance. Tap the right toe to the side, empty. All the weight's left. And cat stance. And here's the fun one. Tapping the right toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between your feet. Good job. And cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Same thing, other side. Weight shifts to the right, left, cat. Keep looking straight ahead. Tap left toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tap left toe to the side. Make sure that upper body's straight. Make sure you're looking straight ahead. And cat stance. Here's the fun one. Tapping the left toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. Nice job. Every one of you. Good job. Cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good job. So, if you want to aim a little higher on that job, try and tap your toe a little less, all right? I'm just going to demonstrate. We're not going to try it today. But as you come in the cat stance, as you tap the toe out in front of you, try and float that toe more than you tap it, all right? That assures that all your weight is on one leg. I'll actually have, there's some of my students that will do that one. They'll tap the toe out in front, cat stance, to the side, cat stance, and back. Never letting that toe touch the ground. That is good balance when you can do that.
Now, weight transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I use to put my pants on. I'm doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and I transfer all my weight. You don't have to wear socks, please. And then you put your crutch.
Mm-hmm.
You shift,
Mm-hmm.
and I use a backrest.
Okay. That's good.
My back on.
Sure. Like a door jam or the wall, right? Good.
But
Good
it
for you.
works.
Yes.
Remember what we do here.
Yes. And so that's helping strengthen your leg when you do that. So that's awesome, which is really weird. And I'm not making any direct analogy here, but for a lot of time for women, that's what they will notice first with their balance is like, I can put my slacks on and I don't have to sit down while I do it. There's like, that's one of the things when I started teaching Tai Chi, I would have women go, I can put my slacks on and don't need any help. So that's awesome. Good. I'm glad that's working for you. Keep doing that. Make sure when you shift your weight, you don't lean out to the side. Keep the body nice and straight. All right. It'll help you ultimately. A lot of times we start kind of counterbalancing ourselves, but it gets us in trouble at a certain point, right? So you want to keep that posture nice and straight. So you're not leaning out, but doing this, not pronating the hip out, but doing this. When you shift weight, if you correct your posture, I've noticed a lot of times that helps with balance. Okay? Awesome. Thank you for that story. Oh, my pleasure. Any other questions? All right, let's have a seat. Let's do a few seated exercises. Get yourself a drink of water also. I'm going to borrow your chair, all right? I'm going to borrow your chair. I'll give it back, I promise. I'm not stealing it. What was it? Oh, okay. So you have to laugh like you haven't heard these jokes before, okay? Yeah, I know, but oh, but if you spell so this is a new one for you. Should I go back? No, I'll do a new one. If you spell the words absolutely nothing backwards, you get Grinentanyoblinska, which means absolutely nothing. I ran across this today also. Names for lazy coworkers. So we've all had these, right? Cordless, only works for 2 hours. E.T., he always wants to go home. I thought that was good. Kit Kat, always wanting to take a break. Muffler, the worker who's always exhausted. Seaweed, the worker that just floats around all day. Sensor light only works when someone walks past. And then wheelbarrow, the person who only works when they're pushed. I thought those were good. I don't know. It didn't seem like that. My favorite color is purple. It means more to me than red and blue combined. See, there's an art joke for you. Oh, stealing someone's coffee is called mugging. Pasteurize means too far to see. Pasteurize. Whoever invented knock knock jokes should get a Nobel Prize. I put my grandmother on speed dial. I call it Instagram. And then the other day, I held the door open for a clown. It was a nice gesture. There you go. There are some dad jokes to get you through the weekend. All right. Yeah. Good one. I like that. Somebody told me one of my, I don't know if I said, why can't dinosaurs clap? Exactly. Who said that? They're extinct. Oh, you were here yesterday. They're extinct. All right, so we're sitting up nice and straight and tall, sitting up on the edge of the seat, trying to not use the back of the chair. Feet flat on the floor, 90-degree bend between the upper and the lower leg. Rocking forward on the pelvis. I'm not sitting back, rounding that back. I rock forward on the pelvis. Head lifted by the silk thread. Gives me really good posture from this direction. Also, good posture from this direction. So I'm not sitting like this, but like this. All right. This will help your back. Also help your posture when you're standing. So first exercise, hip exercise. Try to keep your knee above your ankle. All right. So turning to the right hand side, of the chair. From the prayer hand position, gently push against the left wall and open up the right leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. And we come back to center. Pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Feel the stretch in the hip. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. Good job. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Now, shift to the left side. Same thing, other side. Prayer hand position. Gently push against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Try and keep the knee above the ankle. And back to center. Push against the left wall, opening up the right leg. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Keep that upper body straight. Make sure you're not leaning. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down, turn back to center, and shake those legs loose. Good job. If you think doing Tai Chi is hard, try and do it backwards. That's always fun. All right. Next, hip exercise. 2 motions with the leg. Lifting the leg up, pushing the leg down like you're trying to drive the leg through the floor. Again, keep your knee above your ankle so you're not stressing joints. You don't want to do this and then push down. You'll stress all these joints, all right? Concentrate on keeping your back straight. So as you're lifting the leg up, I'm not leaning back, I'm not crunching. Actually imagine that you're kind of lifting your head towards the ceiling as you lift the leg up. That'll concentrate on your core muscles. When you're pushing down on the other foot, keep the body nice and straight. You want these core muscles activated, okay? And don't forget to smile while you're doing it. Hands down at the sides, lifting the left leg up, hands behind us. Keep the back straight, keep the body straight, Keep looking straight ahead and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lift the left leg up, lift the knee as high as you're able to without leaning, and back to center, back, and then push the left foot down hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time, lift the left leg up, hands behind us, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Beautiful. 3 times on the other side. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Back is straight. Body is straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, trying to drive it through the floor hard as you can. And relax. Lift the right leg up. Hands behind us. Try to not lean backwards. And relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Where'd all those smiles go? One more time. Lifting the right leg up, hands behind us. Try to not lean backwards, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Those exercises will help you build your core strength. And the way that the Chinese look at core strength is totally different than the way Americans look at core strength. All right. And my daughter experienced this when, I think I told this not too long ago, but my daughter, when the youngest daughter, had a kind of a pain ailment that was not fun. And we found a physical therapist that could treat her, but it was out in St. Charles. I live in South County. It was a long way away. But she was a very good physical therapist. She took my daughter through some core strengthening exercise, Western style, and it wasn't working for my daughter. And so the therapist said, you know, I'm going to teach you Eastern style core exercises now. And she said, after I had, the physical therapist was saying, after I had my baby, I tried to increase my core strength, and I did some of these core exercises, and they weren't working for me. When I switched to Eastern style, then my core started getting stronger. And so the exercises we just did are good hip exercises, but they also are good at strengthening the core. That should mean something to everybody here. Because when you have Parkinson's, everybody wants to focus on the extremities, your hands, your feet, your legs, because that's where all the symptoms show up. But never forget about your core muscles. These are the foundational muscles for your body. And so you want to work on keeping these muscles strong, okay? If you don't do that, it's going to be like building your house on sand, all right? So you got to keep these muscles nice and strong. Does that make sense? All right, so continuing on with building the core muscles, we're going to move to the knee exercises. Heel kick, 4 motions. Lift the leg up, kick the leg out. I push out on the heel, up on the toe. And then I lift the leg back up. Don't forget this swan, and then float the foot to the ground. All right? So keep the back straight, keep the body straight, punch out the opposite hand if you're able to. And don't forget to smile, because I got more dad jokes if you need them. And he hasn't heard all of them yet. All right, left leg, lift the left leg up, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Lifting up the left leg, pause, and float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, pause, and float the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist, opposite hand. Picking up the right leg, pause, and then float the foot to the ground. 2 more times. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, hold that in the air, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, pull the knee to the chest, then heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. One more time. When you come back from kicking, make sure you hold this position for 1 or 2 counts and then float the foot down, okay? The real power of this exercise is that lifting of the knee. This stretches everything out, works the knee really well, but this works that core, works the knee, works the hip, okay? So you wanna make sure that you're not just bringing the foot down, but you come back to here and then float the foot down, okay? Thank you. Hands loosely gripped to the belt line, picking up the left leg. Heel kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, this is where you hold that position, count of 2, float the foot down. Beautiful. Same thing, other side. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out left fist. And then you pick up the right leg and you hover over the ground and then float that foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Somebody must have texted me again. Come on. Where's the music? There we go. All right. I can see some of you have some unreleased tension. The punch should be nice and slow, right? So none of this. You can do that if you want, but you practice something slow very many times. Bruce Lee once said, I'm not worried about the person who has learned 15,000 kicks one time. I'm worried about the person who has practiced one kick 15,000 times. Going slow is part of that. Make sure you have the right form, okay? So we're gonna do the toe kick, same thing. We're gonna do it 4 times, but the only difference is we were doing a heel kick, pushing out on the heel. Now we're gonna push out on the toe. Punch out the opposite hand, body straight, back straight. We're gonna come back to this position, hold that position, and then float the foot down, okay? And we're gonna be cheerful while we do it. What? No? You want me to pick on you? Is that what you were saying? Yeah. It would be hard to tell the difference, wouldn't it? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line, starting out with the left leg. Pick up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, and then float the foot to the ground. Good job. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let that foot hover there, keep that foot in the air, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover, and float the foot to the ground. Awesome. Make sure you're letting it hover the whole time. This is really, really beneficial for you. So don't miss out on that, okay? 2 more times. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up that left leg, let that foot hover there. Float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then we pick up that right leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. One more time, sitting up, nice and straight and tall. Make your mom proud. Pick up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then we pick up the right leg and let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Isn't that fun? Isn't it? It's beautiful. Oh, it's awesome. I don't know why you guys don't do this every day. Yes. It is. It's that exercise, heel kick, toe kick, doesn't matter which one. Try to practice that every day. Just 3 times every day. 3 reps, right? 1 time, 3 reps. You know, do it after you do breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or all 3 if you really want to have at it. But just push back from the table. Do a couple of those heel kicks. You'll be amazed at how much stronger you will be in a month and in 2 months. You're not going to get your balance back right away, but you didn't lose your balance right away either. All right. So you won't get it back right away. But over time, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. I was talking to, he comes to the Thursday class. Scott usually sits over there, has the black glasses. He's been coming to Tai Chi for about 2 months now. He does 2 classes a week. He comes on Thursday, and I have a Tuesday class in Crestwood he comes to. So he's been coming 2 times a week for about 2 months, and he's doing much better. Now, he does other exercise also that helps him, but his balance has really improved. He doesn't need the chairs anymore after 2 months. So it really does work. Okay. Questions about that? All right. So stand if you're able to. Let's do a few more standing exercises before we do some meditation. I told you I'd give it back. All right. Ankle exercise. Use your chair. Stay safe. Weight shifts to the right. Bend in the right knee. Hold on to that chair. Left foot. Touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. This is the other exercise. Really help you. Heel and toe. You want your ankles to be strong. You want your ankles to be flexible. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And because I can't count, heel and toe. Shift weight to the left. Keep that upper body nice and straight. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Try to not move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Back to center. Second ankle exercise. Weight shifts to the right. Left foot, little toe, and big toe. Make sure you're standing up straight. Use your chair. Little toe, big toe, pardon me. Outside of the foot, inside of the foot, little toe, and big toe. Then shift weight left, right foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside, inside, little piggy, big piggy. Outside and inside was for your grandparents. All right, back to Wu Ji. Any questions on any of those exercises? Try and do deep breathing every day. One of the best things you can do, deep breathing. Heel kick, another good exercise. And that last, or 2 exercises ago, the heel toe with the ankle, one of the best exercises you can do. Parkinson's will show up in the ankles and the wrist first. So you've got to keep those wrists and ankles flexible. Okay? All right, let's do the hokey pokey, because that's what it's all about, right? So I'm tapping the heel in front of me empty. I'm tapping the toe behind me also empty. Looking at this from the side as I tap heel and tap toe, I keep the upper body nice and straight. So I'm not leaning back and leaning forward. All right. As you start out, keep that toe in kind of close. As you get better, you'll be able to extend back further and further, but always keeping that upper body straight and always keeping your weight on the other leg. All right. The leg that you keep the weight on, keep a bend in that knee. Don't lock that knee out. Okay. From this perspective, as you step back, make sure you step wide. And everybody was doing a really good job with this earlier. So keep up the good work. Okay. One final thing, as you transition from heel to toe, it kind of becomes, oh, it's easier just to touch heel, touch toe. What I'd like you to do as you transition is lift the knee and touch the heel, lift the knee and touch the toe. Okay? I want you lifting your knees when you walk, so you're not walking like this, but you start walking by lifting your legs up. Okay? Seated exercise, that lifting the knee, pushing down on the foot, That's the best exercise from the chair for this one, all right? That's the corollary for this exercise from the chair. Lifting the knee, pushing down on the foot, okay? So as we're touching the heel, you're lifting your leg. As we're touching our toe, you're pushing down on your foot, okay? When you're seated. All right, got all that? Weight shift to the right, bending the right knee. Keep all your weight right. Keep using your chair. Empty left heel. So you're lifting your leg as you're seated. And then lift the knee, touching the toe. Seated, you're pushing down on your foot. If you're seated, keep all your weight right. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. One more time. Lifting the knee, empty heel. Lifting the knee, empty toe. And we come back to center, shifting weight left. Keep all your weight left. Empty right heel. Use your chair. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Make sure you're stepping wide when you're stepping out. More space between the feet. There you go. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Try and keep all your weight left. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Try to not lean. Keep that upper body straight. One more time. Empty heel. Use your chair. Stay safe. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And we come back to center. Awesome. Good job. When I point out that you're not stepping wide, I'm not trying to be mean.
No.
If I don't tell you, how would you know, right? Well, she might tell you, but other than that, just kidding. All right, it's time for meditation. So let's have a seat. I'm going to borrow a chair again. We're going to turn out the overhead lights. All right. You're supposed to fall asleep during the breathing, not when I'm talking, especially not during the dad jokes. Pardon me. I did. Dad jokes, bad jokes, same thing. All right. Doing some meditation. Okay. So, any questions about meditation? It's hard to focus the mind all the time. There's so many things going on out there in that world. Our mind wants to bounce. The Chinese call it a monkey mind, which is a pretty good analogy, actually. Um, if you've ever been around live monkeys, they're always screaming and making all kinds of noises and swinging around and moving. And the Chinese say your mind is kind of the same way. It's always like going from here to here, swinging different ideas, always screaming for attention. You need to work on the bank book. You need to work on the car. It's that monkey mind that's always going all around. It's a pretty good analogy, actually. And so the Chinese use meditation to calm that monkey mind down. So you just stay in the here and now. You're not thinking about all of the things that, oh, I got to take care of the car, the checkbook, and all of that. You just kind of stay in the here and the now. As my mother used to say, you let a thought go in one ear and out the other. That's actually a really good analogy of it. Okay. And so just as with these physical exercises, we do them, we practice them over and over again to get better at them. We also practice meditation because over time you get better and better at it. And I'll tell you an experience. So the Parkinson's class I teach down in Crestwood on Tuesdays, that class, we've been doing meditation for a while. And this Tuesday had a really good experience with them doing meditation. I noticed everybody kind of got in that meditative state a little earlier. And it's because we've been practicing. And that's what you will find is as you do more and more meditation, you'll be able to get in a meditative state easier. And you will notice when you get in a meditative state that your Parkinson's symptoms get better. Okay? And so it's the trick of trying to stay in that meditative state and staying out of that fight or flight response that can help reduce some of your Parkinson's symptoms with no medicine. Okay? All right. Questions about that? All right. So, scoot back in your chair if you need to. I want you to be comfortable, however it takes you to be, whatever it takes to make you comfortable. We're going to turn up the music a couple notches. Big, closing the eyes. Big, deep belly breath in. And exhale, clear your mind of any thoughts. Chinese call it cleansing the mind. Big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, clearing those monkeys out of your mind, quieting those monkeys down. One more time. Big, deep belly breath in. And as we exhale, let all those thoughts escape out of our mind, cleansing the mind. Starting with the feet, taking a big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the feet, relaxing the feet. Imagine you're exhaling through your feet. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through the feet, relaxing our feet. Onto our legs. Big, deep belly breath in. Exhale as we breathe out through our legs, relaxing the upper leg, relaxing the knee, relaxing the lower leg. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through the legs, relaxing our legs. Onto our hips. Taking a big, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through your hips, relaxing all those muscles surrounding your hips, relaxing your bottom. Inhale, big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the hips, relaxing our hips. Onto our belly, closing the eyes. Big, deep belly breath in. As you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through your navel, relaxing all the muscles at the front of the belly. Do that again. Big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the belly. Exhaling through the navel, relaxing the belly. Onto the inner stomach. Taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. Going to breathe out through that inner stomach. Exhaling through your intestines. Releasing the body of anxiety. Releasing the body of anger. Releasing the body of tension. Inhale, filling our lungs with air once again. Exhale, breathing out through the inner stomach, relaxing the inner stomach. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out gently through that inner stomach. Feel the whole body relax. onto the lower back. Taking a big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the lower back, relaxing the lower back. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through the lower back, relaxing the lower back. Feel how our legs relax even more. Now we'll breathe out through the whole body. So taking a big, deep belly breath in. Imagine you're breathing out through the skin. If you have any tension in the body, you are relaxing that tension. Do that again, big, deep belly breath in. As we exhale, breathing out through the skin, breathing out through the whole body. We'll have to stop there, but look at how relaxed you guys are. It's a beautiful thing. No tremors. Just take a little snapshot in time of this point right here and how relaxed you feel. You did this yourself. I did not do this for you. Didn't take any medication. And again, I didn't do it for you. I guided you, but you did this yourself. This is the power of the mind. So when you have trouble sleeping, or maybe your Tai Chi teacher upsets you and you're kind of tense about it, you can use this to relax your body. Just remember how relaxed you are at this little snapshot in time. Okay? Awesome. We'll go ahead and turn on the overhead lights so it's going to get bright in here. Yes?
So, I find that the brain fog that people have with Parkinson's helps with meditation.
Most definitely. Most definitely. That's a very good point.
Very easy.
If I had a glass of water and had some dirt in it, and I shook it up, you think you could see through that water? No, because you would shake up all that dirt in the water, so that water would get really muddy, right? That's your brain when it's on like Parkinson's, when you're thinking about all those different things, having that monkey mind. That's that glass of water that shook up. When you're meditating, you're calming that mind down, so all that junk in the water is floating down to the bottom, and you can start to see through it. And the longer you meditate, the easier it is to see through it. And that's a really good point about the brain fog, because you're doing the same thing. You're shaking your brain up with all the anxiety, and you have that muddy water. But when you meditate, you're letting that water kind of settle out, and it's clearing that water up. You're clearing that brain fog out. Good point. Thank you. All right. Have yourselves, I'll shut up. I know, I'm sorry. Have yourselves a great week, all right? Yes, I highly agree. I highly agree. And they did really good with meditation today. No tremors. Awesome. Have a great week. Good job. Thank you.